Let's break down what is happening though over the last few weeks, because nearly 1,000 National Guard troops and about 500 federal officers from 18 different agencies have been reassigned and deployed in DC as a part of this authoritarian takeover. Again, this crackdown comes at a time when Trump is saying that DC is crime ridden. And so that's what this is all about. It's in the name of law and order and public safety. Again, really reminiscent of the war on drugs. But what's fascinating is that violent crime in DC has actually been on the decline. So none of this is data backed.
No, that is totally true. DC actually has dropped in the last 2 years, I think about around 26% on the decline since last year alone, which is, the decline is income. The decline is representative of the fact that the income inequality that exists within DC, right? DC is home to one of the largest unhoused population nationwide, and the military takeover is leading to more people being homeless and facing scrutiny if they have encampments, and they're facing violent slashes of their property. Poor people are just really being pushed out of sight and out of mind. And I want to remind folks that, more people are going to be unemployed by the simple fact that Trump has made slashes to the federal government. More people are going to be unemployed because you simply have an economy that is not doing well for the vast majority of Americans, and thousands of people are being laid off every single month in this country. 300,000 Black women were laid off. So rather than addressing the root causes, which is keeping Americans on the decline and destitute, the conditions in DC and in other cities, Trump is leading into really his racism that has always existed, and his classism attacks on people that oftentimes leave those who are already vulnerable in marginalized positions, and even people with criminal records that will really impact the trajectory of their lives for years to come if we don't correct this.
Yeah, it's definitely, this is more than just a moment. It really is going to follow people. This week alone, I believe there was a day when 140 people were arraigned in DC in one day. Court had to be in session until 1 a.m. to deal with the backlog. So this is definitely giving a mass incarceration campaign. He's locking up any and everyone who's out on the streets without a so-called reason, which is like, what is this? Like the black codes and like DC residents don't want this. DC residents don't want to be put under a curfew and military, martial law. But Trump doesn't care. It was never truly about what DC residents want or need or what makes them feel safe. It's always been about his vision for America, and he's starting in DC, and it's going to continue to spill out to other cities that he's cleaning up or making white again.